just a couple bugs here. The first one being that when we pick up a couple of items and we drop them, if we want to drop more than the amount that we have, we can. Also, we shouldn't be able to go negative with our numbers, which is, don't know how that would work. So yeah, it doesn't work. And then one more thing, when we pick up these items, we want to drop them all, we should be able to drop them as a stack instead of all just 5 of them at once. So today we'll be going over those issues, just trying to get them fixed up. Let's go ahead and start here with the variables. We're going to need a variable here called number and stack. Make sure it's instance editable and exposed on spawn. Just going over a couple more real quick. Get BP master item, make sure this current stack is instance editable and exposed on spawn, integer. And then the AC inventory component, make sure you have an item stack in world boolean, instance editable, exposed on spawn, and it's true. Also, this current stack inside of master item, make sure it's replicated, very important, and the current stack is set to 1. So starting off the drop item amount widget blueprint, we're gonna get this number and stack integer, pull it out, get that items to drop, pull it out, get a greater than. So if items to drop is greater than the number and stack, whenever we're clicking up on the up button, then set the items to drop to 1. So if we go over the amount that's in the stack, then just set it back to 1 and set that text. And then on press down, we're just going to get the items to drop, and if it's less than 0, then we're going to get the number in the stack, the total number, so it'll be its max, and then set that to the items to drop number, and then just call items to drop directly in there. That's all that we changed for that one. So yeah, if it's incremented down past 0, then it's just going to go up to the highest number in the stack, and then if it is greater than the amount of numbers that we have in the stack, it's just going to go down to 1. So that's the first part. Fairly simple. Now we're going to go to the AC inventory component. And we're going to plug this number in stack that we made here and made sure it was exposed and spawned instance editable. We're going to plug that number in stack directly into this function for this create WB split item amount. Okay, that's going to cause this number in stack to pop up in a couple different places. Let's see, let's do it like that. So we'll go ahead and go to the item menu. I know there's one right here, and we're just going to make a number and stack integer variable. Make sure it's instance editable and exposed on spawn. Just plug it in right there. That's the first one. But first go to, let's go ahead and go to this W inventory. There's another one right here. Now, never mind. This is the item menu widget. This is just gonna ask. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so this one's got to be instance editable and exposed on spawn too. That's why. So this number and stack that we create here is instance editable and exposed on spawn, but we're plugging it into that number and stack that we pulled out right there. So now, since it's instance editable and exposed on spawn, we need to go to WB inventory. And now this will pop up because you're going to refresh this. And this current stack, you're just going to plug that directly in there. Go over to your drop slot. This current stack here, you're just going to drag that into this one right here, because it's going to need this as well. So that's in drop slot. This number and stack that will need to be refreshed is just going to come straight from the current stack. Okay. So that's where you got to fill those in at. Now let's go over to the master item. This current stack, like I said, needs to be replicated, instance editable, and exposed on spawn. Okay, but we already went over that. Let's see here. Okay, now we'll go back to the AC inventory component. And we'll go to drop item function. We're going to go into the server spawn item, click into that. Down in server spawn item, we're going to drag out of the spawn actor, get a cast to master BP item. From the item master BP item, you're going to set the current stack, and then drag that current stack into server spawn. This is going to cause this current stack variable to show up, input variable. Then we're going to go back to drop item, and from this current stack here, we're going to drag into from this current stack. We're going to drag it into that. Okay, and then this current stack is also going to have a for loop for basically telling this server spawn item to remove the same amount in the index that we're spawning. So it's getting the current stack amount, and however when we're spawning, it's doing that many in the loop. Okay, now we'll go back over to drop slot. Let's see. Yeah, I think we already had this, but just going over this again, this is just saying, yeah, we already had this. Current stack is greater than 1, then we're going to create the split amount widget, but if it's not, then you're just going to drop it. Just make sure that this current stack is set to 1. Item menu. So in the item menu here, if it has a stack, if it's true, we're going to get the number in the stack, create the split item amount, which we already have right here. So the other big piece that we changed of it is down here on the widget blueprint for the drop item amount. This one right here. On press of the drop button, we're going to get the inventory component. It does item stack and world. Is it true? Is item stack and world true? This is allowing us to click on this right here, and this changes it from being stackable in the world to now, when I drop them, they will all be in separate pieces. So if I drop 3 now, they'll all 3 show up. So this is asking if that's true. If that is true, then if items are stacking, then we're going to make sure that we have the item in the inventory. It's there, and it's greater than or equal to 0. So we're just checking to see if it's there. Then we're going to do the function drop item with items to drop as the amount for the current stack. Okay. Which we are setting, that items to drop is being set right here. Items to drop and items to drop. So, if it's true that the items are stacking, it checks to see if the item's there. Gets the current stack from the items to drop that we got from up there, and it drops the item. Resets the inventory. If it's not true, the item stacking isn't true, then we're going to get the amount of items to drop up there, and we're going to loop it that many times. And this is just what happens inside the loop. This is just dropping it, and refreshing the inventory, and this is just another refresh of the inventory. Awesome. And that is just a summary of how that was done. Thanks for watching now.